an Apple today and Windows tomorrow and Chrome to the next day, you could totally do that. And there's services and tools to make that transition pretty seamless.
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be some nuances, right? Like on the Apple ecosystem, there's no substitute for iMessage. iMessage is locked in. But there are quite a few alternatives on the messaging side. You could use, WhatsApp, Instagram DMs, Signal. They've got Google Chat now. There's so many things you could use.
Yeah.
It's just not iMessage. And so there's nuances like that. But when it comes to technology, one of the things that excites me about just where we are is truly this is the first, I feel like, generation of interoperability.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just blew the whole lid off. God damn. I didn't even think about that.
You're making a podcast on a Chromebook.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what's crazier is there's a whole generation of kids that only know Chrome. We were the generation of kids that only knew Mac, right?
Yeah. We had to figure it out.
Exactly.
Windows 95.
Hell yeah. And 2000 and XP.
You know the coolest thing about this? It has Linux on it.
It does, and you can run
Linux applications
natively in Chrome.
Yeah. So it's made me better at just reading the computer mumbo jumbo.
Syntax,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because after a while, I'm just like, what does that all mean? But I'm kind of getting it, you know?
Yeah, you can compile your own applications and run them natively in the Chrome environment. Chromebooks ain't nothing slight.
Man.
That's the real deal.
I got it. I was like, this is the future right here.
For a couple years, I was using the Google Pixel, the Pixel Book.
Yeah.
It's a great computer.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Like for business, like a computer.
Yeah, it was. So I usually always have about 2 computers.
Got you.
Right now, my rotation is the Intel MacBook Pro, so I'm still running an old MacBook Pro, 13-inch quad core for the geeks out there, and then my everyday runner is actually a Surface, man. I've got a Microsoft Surface.
Really?
I know, really. So when I tried the Surface, when they came out with the Surface Pro 3, it was trash.
That's what you would call a tablet.
Yeah. It was. It's a tablet. I actually wouldn't call it a tablet. I would say it's a.
Is that keyboard attached to it?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Got you.
All right, you call it.
So I would say it's a tablet.
You call it a tablet, yeah. I'll put it to you like this: if this is a tablet, I'm excited for the future of tablets. Because there's some heat. They got some heat.
Well, I have the S7, the Android S7.
Oh yeah,
I have the same thing. It's got a little. So when I don't want to take this thing, or if I'm not, but I could record a podcast on that thing too.
Oh, so you're Android. You're Android guy.
I fucking love Android. I tell you right now, dude, I'm not an Apple person, and I was never an Apple person.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
You're the first person to say that, because usually every Apple person is like, "Stop sending me these green bot emojis."
Man, I got the
son of a bitch.
The Samsung on me too.
That's right. Which one you got?
That's the Fold. It's the Samsung.
The Fold.
Yeah, the Fold.
What up, Ian?
So it folds out.
I got the S. The fucking 21, bro. Dude, this thing makes me like the Picasso when I'm taking pictures.
Oh, for sure.
I'm telling you, like the thing.
You got the 10x zoom on that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it's actually longer than 10x.
And and then when you it's 100x. And then when you're driving and you're filming while you're moving, that shit's so smooth. And it'll make these little videos. It's got
the stabilizer in there. Yeah.
Compilations.
Yeah.
Ian Rosentrout in the house. What up?
You got the dual recording on that too, so you can record off the front and the back at
the
same time.
Yeah.
What is it called? Director mode or whatever?
Yeah.
That joint is fire.
This thing is crazy.
Yeah. I love Samsung right now too. I think that they're really being innovative when it comes to just everyday tech. Stuff that you carry on you, stuff you interact with.
They make look at
the Chromebook you got. That shit's fly. Look at the color, the red on red.
You're right.
You're right.
Actually, I got one and it was silver. I was dropping my gun.
Man.
I was dropping my gun on the ground.
Good thing you didn't have that thing.
I never
cocked.
have one in the chamber,
good thing
man.
You didn't have that one cocked, bro.
No, man. That shit would have went off in here.
Yeah, pretty
like Cheddar
much.
Bob,
for sure.
So, where were we? Yeah, dude, the 8 Mile, baby. You know that movie. Ian's gonna be on the podcast next week.
Yo, Ian coming back.
Happy podcasting.
Yeah, man. You guys done?
No, they're still working, and then I'm going to go take notes.
All right, cool. I'll call you when we're done. We'll smoke a J.
Yeah, I'll be over there.
Cool.
I'll be
All right. Cool. So, when did you start turning this technological passion into your job, into work?
Man, I would say a couple things. One, if you're young and you're listening to this, or even if you're old and you're listening to this, whatever you were doing when you were young that made you weird as hell. Like, so me, I was always playing with computers and just a tech nerd, right? I was weird, man. You know, they were like, oh, man, it wasn't cool, right? Like, It wasn't the wave. As you get older, what made you weird as a kid can make you a lot of money when you get old.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure like you playing in the kitchen, you know, all your guy friends were like, dude, they're like, oh, man, let's go play some football. You're like, bro, I'm trying to like figure out what sashimi is.
Yeah.
Like, what's this tortellini?
Yeah.
Like, you over there like learning about culinary, and they're over there learning about, you know, the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's right.
And like, the difference is the football kids, like the best of them, will go to the NFL ideally and make a lot of money. But the best chefs, they go on and do crazier things, right? Like they go on, build businesses, live in kitchens. You know, like look at the role that you have now. Like who would ever thought you'd be, you know, living the high life, just kind of cooking as a traveling chef and
that's
cooking
right, yeah.
all over the world, basically as a career.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Exactly, right?
You know?
Like that's like, but like it's like the things that made you weird as a kid, they just kind of stay with you, and as long as you don't kill it or let it die out, man, it'll take you places you'll never ever see. So like the question of how did I turn into a career, I was just being me, and like I would just keep learning and just applying that knowledge, right? So I'd learn something, apply it, showcase it, you know, put it on a website, or just tell people about it, and then like, you know, just repeat the process.
Did you have a mentor?
Yeah, I had tons of mentors.
Gotcha.
Like early days, I mean, it's too many to even just count or shout out like on the podcast.
Yeah,
but, definitely when I was younger, there was a dude named Johnny. He kind of took me under his wing. He was a fashion designer, and he did a little bit on the design side, but he was much bigger on the manufacturing and sourcing side.
Gotcha.
So he would, you know, how to put the textiles together, how to source the fabrics, how to like get the line sheets together, and like just how to make it pop.
Gotcha.
And so me and Johnny, like we used to cook all the time, bro. Like we just be in the lab just trying things out, and he really showed me what it meant to like, you know, have a goal, but don't be so married to the goal that the goal hinders you from just doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
And because of that, I was able to, you know, take it places that I think a lot of people haven't.
Got you. God damn. And then when did you, after you graduated high school, did you go to college?
Yeah, I did.
Go?
I went to UW-Madison. I was a Badger.
All right.
Had fun. College was incredible. Expensive.
What's your major?
But fun. Computer science.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I know it's funny because it's like I went from computer science to marketing. I like went really far in comp sci and just decided ultimately I don't really like sitting in front of a computer coding, you know, 12 to 18 hours a day. Because I feel like if you want to do anything, bro, you got to be able to do it for like 12 to 18 hours.
Yeah.
Like back to back, right? Like otherwise, like if it's just like if that's not what you like to do, that's fine. Some people, they just like, you know, they're not workaholics. Like I say I'm a workaholic. Like if I'm gonna do something, I'm on it. And like I don't know how to turn it off. I just be like, all right, let's keep going. Now like the pacing, it's not like we're 100 miles per hour, you know, for 16, 17 hours. Unless we gotta be, but like 9 times out of 10, like in order to like last that long, you just kind of rev up. It's like driving a car, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't drive your car 24/7 at full speed, right? You kind of rev it up when you need to, and you coast when you have to.
Got you. That's a good theory for working long hours.
Yeah, I mean, and if you love what you do, right? Like I know it's a cliche. Like people say, "Oh, you love what you do," blah blah blah. I mean, I genuinely don't see it as work. I just show up and just have fun.
Yeah,
every day.
Got you. So, comp sci to marketing. Yeah. When does marketing enter your head?
It was something I just dabbled in. I just was seeing that like there's this marketing thing, and there was really no good marketing applications for the tech world at all. Like I was looking at it on the consumer side, the developer side, the business side. I was looking at it on all these angles, and like the one thing that sucked and remained kind of constant when I was looking at all the different applications of tech was marketing. And so I ended up saying like, yo, if the marketing is going to be trash, Like, let me go learn this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just started putting together campaigns and, got a job, got an internship, turned it into a job, and just never stopped. But
Where'd you get the internship?
there's this company called Eat Street. It was like a precursor to Uber Eats.
Gotcha.
Same concept, DoorDash and all that. Same concept, but like this is like early 2013.
Gotcha.
Right? So like super early. I'm working there, and it's a lot of developers because this is that time when everybody wants to make an iPhone app.
That's
Android
right.
app,
Yeah.
all that. And there's like two sets of groups we're marketing to. The people that use our app,
Yeah.
right? Those are people that are hungry, that need food. The businesses that should be on the app, so those are restaurants and all those different people. And then ultimately, too, the culture. It's a tech company, so you needed to market your culture so that you could hire more engineers,
Got you.
more staff, and you need to hire fast. So that's a big conduit to success, and I think it's often overlooked, especially back then. But you needed to be able to say like, hey, we have this really dope culture. We've got this aesthetic where we have this vision that we see in the world, and we're showcasing that. And this is how we're applying it. And so, I was learning how to like speak to developers and just kind of market to them. And it was not as hard because I also knew how to talk, code. And like it was a match made in heaven. I just started cooking and never stopped.
Got you. So after that job, where did you land?
I ended up going to I started my own agency.
Okay.
My own marketing agency.
So you learn about marketing, you get an internship, you get a job, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm starting my own agency.
Yeah, me and a couple of college buddies, and we had fun with that, man. Like, we just decided to just, like, say, hey, let's charge people and, let's do random campaigns.
Yeah. How did you go about getting your first customers? Or
cold emailing and cold reach out and, like, just really pitching.
Yeah.
I would just be like, yo, like, Dave, what up? Oh, you're a chef, man? Are you like marketing your chef skills? Do you have a Instagram account?
Yeah.
Like let me shoot your Instagram and like let's put together like a landing page, and that was literally like the pitch like back then.
Got you.
And it worked.
Just took off.
Yeah, you just do one client at a time, and like my whole theory was like if you do good work, people will reach out to you.
Yeah.
And like I think the hardest lesson then is we did so much good work. I wish we would have learned how to say no quicker.
Heard that.
Yeah, like because it got to a point where, like, we were. I think we held ourselves back. We definitely held ourselves back a bit by not being on top of like the saying no's because we were trying to take on too much.
I heard that.
Yeah,
and then you were doing things at 50% instead of 100.
Yeah.
So how long were you, or do you still have that agency to this day?
It was acquired in like early 2020. So
okay.
So I don't have it anymore, but I mean, it was a success story. It's when that entered the realm, and I'm proud to say I was on the team.
Yeah, that's right.
I was on the team.
So you guys sold it.
Yes, sir.
Got you for a pretty good dividend, I imagine.
It's so agencies don't sell for crazy amounts.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it, but I can say that no one's mad at it. It was it worked out for all parties.
Heard that.
Yeah, but like. The multiples on agencies aren't that, they're not that crazy.
So when it comes to success, obviously you're hungry for more, but do you feel good where you're at right now?
Man, I'm always starving, bro. Like why would I go from like, basically getting a couple crumbs to full? You just got to taste. You got to keep hustling.
That's right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm having fun with it. I enjoy it. Definitely still hungry, though. Still on the grind.
Heard that.
Yeah.
So, Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
You work for him. What do you do?
So, by day, I work with Mark Cuban on a lot of growth marketing projects with all of our portfolio companies.
Heard that.
And so, I'm looking at, what's the strategy for growth? Mm-hmm. And, like, how are we utilizing marketing to drive impact within the business?
Yeah.
And those are tough questions. I think a lot of people think it can be as easy as, put up a Facebook ad and we'll sell a product. For some companies, that's true. For a lot of companies, that's not. you need a little bit more of a strategic lens to look at the stuff, and you need to ask yourself, how does my company actually